Out of the blocks and out of the rocks. Here we go. Keep it running, all the way. And look at that. Darren Capel, 33 from Mitch Rowe, 007, the two legends of our sport. And let's see how they'll rock and roll this time. Capes won it last time and Mitch got the second. Will it be a repeat performance? Who are we going to see? Andy, BikesportNZ.com, looking for the photo. Look at that, they're in the air together. So cool. Mitch on the inside, 007 might have it. Mr. Mitch Rowe, yes, puts his nose in front over the 33 of Darren Capel. So Mitch never looking back. Hey, we got Mitch come to... was it round number 2? Yeah, it was round number 2 of our natural terrain. Round number 2. Loved it so much. So just before I got the sneezing bout there, Mitch joined us for round number 2 of our natural terrain series. We were out at Waituna West. Absolutely loved it on the day. Turned up with his Kawasaki KX 500, an absolutely beast of a beautiful VMX vintage motocross bike as well. It's a gas, and I think he was doubled up. He rode Vets, he rode MX1, and he was riding vintage. So he was doing 3 of the classes per round. And he was in great form. And it was back to a real old-fashioned green grass property, the Ryder farm out at Nitsky Road, and it was brilliant. We're hoping certainly to go back there in 2024. We had a superb natural terrain series. What is natural terrain compared to our motocross? Well, it's more easygoing. It's using green grass. It's sort of natural and flowing for people that are new to the sport, or maybe just want to do something, not interested in the big jump. When I say not interested, just don't enjoy that so much. Hey, son Chris, he's a superstar when it comes to green grass, but doesn't like it on the bigger tracks. Each their own, and that's why it was a very good series, and favours our vets. We have a good lineup of vets. We probably have about 30, maybe 40 vets turning up to that event each year as well. So gotta love it. It's our natural terrain motocross, brought to us by AFC Motorcycles. Look out for that. Another part of our events for this year, for example, with having Woodville back, having the New Zealand Juniors, having a 5-round club champs, having a 3-round natural terrain, and having a one-off fun day. That will at least be 11 events if we add in what we did last year with our mighty Manawatu's again. Potentially 12 events for Manawatu Orion in 2024. Magic Club, catering for everybody, and help on to the Manawatu Orion Facebook page and just find out what's going on. Hey, if you're just a spectator, just keen, of course, all our club events are free of charge to come and watch. You will absolutely love it. So maybe you want to get involved. Maybe you're keen to come out and help with flag marshalling or bike check or helmet check, or a myriad of jobs to do. And, we just love it. We're all a big, happy family. It's very, very social as well. We enjoy the fact that we can have an unwind at the end of eating, sort of have a bit of a debrief and just say, all the good things and the not so good things about our day as well. 18 at the around the table at our meeting last week. So really cool. And that big news, thanks to Mike McCready, the AFC Motorcycles New Zealand Junior Motocross Champs, coming back in the Manawatu, April 19th to the 21st. 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Bigger than Ben Hur, as they like to say. So looking out for that one, a big one in the Manawatu. The AFC Motorcycles New Zealand Junior Motocross Championships. We had the event originally in 1982, had it again in 2019, and with the popularity of that event given to it by Motorcycling in New Zealand, for another big year for 2024. All right, here we go. 007 to 33, there we go. The Mitch Rowe, Darren Capel show. These two guys fought for the last 40 years. They've never been too far away from each other in motocross, and why should it not continue here today? So these guys got an amazing list of credits, and of course in the 1999 Mitch Rowe went on to win the title, so he's got one more as far as national titles are concerned. They've got plenty of veteran titles between them. Probably now, if anything, I'd say Darren Capel starting to show his more consistent motocross, and he seems to be the one pulling out the stops and getting those good results. So we'll find out to see what happens here. Darren Capel out of Whakatane, Mitch Rowe out of New Plymouth. Hey, you want to check out Mitch Rowe's compound and you want to have a look at his Facebook page, I'll tell you what, there's more fun at that place. I was talking last week to somebody and said, we were talking about Mitch, and I said, have you been to his place? They said, hell yeah. They called in there after an event recently and were blown away. Mitch's Paradise. I'll tell you what, if you ever thought you'd been on a water slide, you ain't seen nothing yet till you've been on Mitch Rowe's water slide. It is absolutely hell breath. I'll tell you what, it's about 50 degrees. It would go down, maybe even 60 degrees. And I'll tell you what, it's faster than a Lamborghini on Bell Block Road as well. So check it out. Just some of the fun you have at Mitch's pad. That's the fun-loving guy that he is, so great to have him with us here today. Mr. Master, the legend that is Mitch Rowe. Can he still lead on that Pirelli Tyres Gas MC450? We're about to find out as he comes back, or will it be the upper hand to the hero, the flying number 33, winner of Moto number 1, Mr. Darren Capel, ready to line up. And, nickname of Capes. And now, no, still Mitch, number 1, there he is, 007, Mitch Rowe, and the double along with 33 and Darren Capel. There they go, hard at it again for another great lap. Oh, Mitch might have got his timing a little bit wrong there, and Capes took the advantage. Maybe as he leapt on the inside. May have leapt up and leapt into the lead. We're not sure, we'll find out when they come out of the famous Toyota Bowl. No, still with Mitch. He's got the inside line. Here's Capes going for the outside. So 00733 looking back to Bradley Wadsworth then in the 3rd place. Looking to 4th this time. 88 for the lock start. Mr. Peter Locke on board with 40 this time. And Caleb Holmes, 600 on the inside. There's 8 Tom Twist. I tell you what, the 600 and going well. Fist of our South Islanders who have come to enjoy us here today. Daniel Morton out of Blenheim as well, of course, looking out for the 512. Rowan Inkpin out of Renwick on their Woodburn Tavern, supported Modelo Renwick Marlborough Motorcycle Centre. Marlborough Motor Centre supported KXF 450R as well. So the rocking and flying Rowan Inkpin. Great to see Rowie come back to Woodville. Why? This is where he all started, of course. He did Woodville as a mini rider, formerly out of Danny Vegas, and then the family shifted to take on the Woodburn Tavern at Renwick a few years ago. But he still loved his moto, still keeps up the riding, and still comes back for a few North Island trips. He joined us at Twist Farm in October last year for the New Zealand Veterans Motocross Championship. And here he is now, still coming back to ride some Vets Moto at Woodville. So check it out. Here he is, Rowan Inkpin on the 512 at the moment. We might get out the track side and give him a little bit of rack up, give him a bit of a fire up, give him a bit of a wind up so that we keep him going on the track. So had his racing alongside Brad as well. So some good memories there. Oh, there we go. Just by Mitch, and here comes Capes. Here's Capes around the outside. Darren Capel has got it. Yes, Capes is there. 33007 back to Bradley now for the 3rd place. Yo, we take on 88 next up. That is Peter Locke. Looking to Daniel. Oh, 45 in there. 45 we're up to. Well, once upon a time in Veterans Motocross, we just had an over 50 years class, but now we've actually cut the 50s up, and it's a 50 to 54 and a 55 to 60, and it's then from the 60 plus and onwards. But I tell you what, take nothing away from these guys. This is pretty awesome to see, and these guys are now at 55 years plus in New Zealand motocross. You know, when you're close to 60, these guys are closer to a pension than they were to teenage years by far. So bring it on out there at the moment. So look for the bike battles. Here they are, ready to line it up. Going for it. Yeah, Andy and I from Bike Sport just realising that we need another class out there over 60s, but no bloody good, and never won anything. So, although I'm saying that Andy won the club champs, I shouldn't say that he was a no good rider. He was way better than I was. So, never deny that. And every time I see Brian Bernard, I think about Andy, because Brian Bernard, a noted name in New Zealand road racing, but he turned up and had a ride on son Jacob's bike at a moto one day, and Andy beat him. And I'll tell you what, Andy's never let Brian Bernard forget about that. Neither should he as well. And Brian Bernard behind a young up-and-coming New Zealand road racer in the country at the moment. So good to see Team Bernard Racing still on our racetracks. Has been for many years, of course. Off-road racer, road racer. A young kid out of school with a working man, then with a ponytail. Went on to the California Motocross School. Went on to race professionally. Had his family over in America. Came back and made home back in New Zealand. So pretty cool story, Brian Bernard. Well, the 44 out there, Aidan Brown as well on the PKF Doyle and Associates, the Accountants Limited sponsored class there. So go Aidan, well done. And if we could have only had Dad riding as well today, 2 vets. If we could only had Mostyn riding, 2 vets out of the same family as well, how cool would that have been? So gotta love it. .393, go Ryan Muniata. There we are with 420. Here we go, 486. Oh, there we go, the battle again. So good on you boys. And our veterans line up. 641 down here for Morris Pullman out of Batera on the Olsen cable, harvesting CSM wife supported racing. Good on you, Morris. 007 for Mighty Mitch. There you are, checking flag time. Capes to do it again, 2 in a row. Darren Capel, number 1 twice. Mitch Rowe, number 2 twice. Well, here we are, Fern Energy, keeping the heart of New Zealand pumping. Bulk fuels, lubricant deliveries, direct to farms and agri-businesses across New Zealand. fernenergy.co.nz, keeping the heart of New Zealand pumping. That is dead right, the heart. So to those agricultural suppliers, to the farming business, to all of those support people around it, Fern Energy is vital. We need a mega amount of fuel to harvest the crops to feed the rest of the world. So we need good fuel, we need good energy. fernenergy.co.nz with bulk fuels and lubricants delivered direct to farms and agri-businesses nationwide. Shout out to our team, Beakston Contracting. I said to our man today, Pete, that wins the Super Saloon, coming out, of course, former Super Stock driver, but Super Saloon coming out. He said, well, it's actually, there's a Yank using it for the major events over the next few weeks, including NZ Team Champs next weekend. So it'll be a few weeks before Pete's back in the car, but he showed us how it had been presented for the Yank to drive it over these next few weeks. So it looks super impressive. So well done, Peter. Great show. Mr. Peter Beakston, Super Stock driver extraordinaire, long-time member of the famous Panthers. Of course, he'll line up with the Mustangs next weekend at the Robertson Holden Prestige International Speedway next weekend. The legendary Team Shanks. Right, Beakston Contractors, hay baling, cartage, cultivation, dig